All right. Can you guys see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah. Right. And then like one thing to note here is just before we start is that like there's with the new passage of the ETF, there's been kind of like a semi shift in the market on rates because, you know, the ETF has to go and buy the front month contract. So when it buys the front month contract and in the size it's buying it, it pushes the future price well above spot. So you're seeing like the 3-month basis at like 16 to 17%. And 2-3 months ago, it was 5%. So what's happening is the futures curve is like steepening, and this is impacting yields in the space because now it's more expensive to borrow because you can borrow, like, you know, you could go to OV or you could go to Compound and you can borrow USDC, USDT at like 7 to 8%, and you can sell the basis for 15, 16% because the basis is artificially increased by the ETF. So I'm telling you all this to say, like, when you're choosing between like a fixed yield or a variable yield, if you're bullish on rates and you want like that, you want exposure to rates, you take a variable yield product, right? Because if you think rates are going to keep going, you want variable yield exposure. If you think rates are going to come down, you want to lock in a fixed rate. And so like this is interesting from like our perspective because this product that I was looking at, I kept it really simple, but this is it's the Curve 3 crypto pool on Element. And so this pool is this token is, or the vault gives you exposure to 1/3 USDT, 1/3 wrapped Bitcoin, and 1/3 ETH. And the fixed rate APR on the vault is 21.5%. So in addition to getting exposure to 1/3 Bitcoin and 1/3 ETH, you're getting 21.5% yield on the token. Let me put this up here so it's easier to see. And essentially, there's 2 reasons I like this farm. Is one, because like obviously like it's Q4 2021 and we're going to see like a 2017 style Q4, so Bitcoin and ETH are going to go up. And then secondly, and perhaps more importantly, like Element just raised a big round from like A16Z, and my confidence level is like above 80-90% that this is going to have like retroactive rewards if you use the protocol and you deposit assets in the vault. So like that is a big component of why I chose this. I obviously can't give you, like, I don't know how many tokens they're going to distribute retroactively. But obviously I think the bigger size, the more size you put into the trade and the more vaults you use, and obviously the more wallets you use, the more tokens you'll get. So, so basically how this works is, it's essentially taking, it supplies the Curve 3 crypto pool to Convex Finance, and you're earning Curve and Convex, and you're selling those rewards for more Curve 3 crypto. And what the protocol allows you to do is you can, I'm not suggesting we do this, but you can mint a principal token and a yield token. And the principal token trades at a discount to the underlying until expiration. And the yield token, it's the opposite of the principal token. It starts high and accrues to 0. So basically the principal token is discounted and accrues to one underlying. The yield token starts high and goes down. And the point is that like when you break up one token into a principal component and a yield component, people that are speculating on the future rates can go long on the yield token. And if they're right and yields go up, then they've bought yield down here and they can sell it as the yields increase. And the principal token is just the opposite. Like you can sit in the principal token and initially it starts at a discount, but at expiration, its value accretes to the underlying. So what this is allowing you to do is just kind of sit back and collect the fixed APR while other people are speculating on like future moves and future rates. So it's pretty attractive in that sense. This specific vault expires 11/21/21. So let's just go here and see. Sorry, give me 1 sec here. The internet's slow.
Hassan, I'm pretty sure too that that's one of those opportunities that they'll continue. They've rolled over a number of these, so yeah. But yeah, good to call that out.
Yeah, no, but thank you. That was actually my next point. Is like, you see how it says November 12th, 2021, 12/21. Like, obviously that's in 3 weeks, right? But they're definitely going to roll this one over because it's a very popular pool, and they've rolled over pretty much every major curve pool that they've had. I can't remember one that they haven't. So even though this is ending in 3 weeks, you'll have to reclaim your tokens, but they'll relaunch the vault and you could restake them. So I don't think this is an opportunity that's going away. The vault APR may change again, depending on like future rates, but like I'm pretty confident it's going to stay above 20. This was 25% a week ago. It's kind of fallen as the yields have gone up. Because remember, like when you take a fixed yield, you're essentially selling the upside to someone who wants to speculate on the rates. So as the rates, as future rates go up, or as rates go up, the fixed APR will fall and vice versa. So, I mean, I really don't have much more other than this. Another reason I thought this was good for Aladdin DAO is because it's really simple. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to ask people to do much. Like, it's a simple concept. It's a simple explanation. You basically have 67% exposure to the market via Bitcoin and ETH, and a third Tether. So you have some downside protection, and then you're getting like a fixed return on your token. So even if Bitcoin and ETH go down a little bit, you have this cushion. And if Bitcoin and ETH go up, yeah, you don't have dollar for dollar exposure on the upside, but the fixed APR is kind of compensating you for giving up some of that upside. So I think it's an easy concept for people to like understand and grasp, and it's safer than some of the other farms out there because it's, again, you have exposure to Bitcoin and ETH, and the smart contracts are like Yearn and Curve. So those are two battle tested codes and battle tested protocols. So it's pretty safe. I mean, that's pretty much all I had on this. I did do this in mind with like simplicity. So I'm sorry if it's not as degenerate as some of the other as concepts people are throwing out. But does anyone have any questions, or does anyone want to talk about anything?
Just curious about the roll process. Like, do the users have to do that migration themselves, or will the devs kind of handle that?
Yeah, they do. I have to get back to you on that because actually Element just tweeted. Let me see if I can find it. We can come back to this. But like the roll process it does require some manual inputs. So maybe this is not a great one to do until the vault term expires, and you could put it in for like another 3 months. But let's see. Here, let me see if I can Elements. Yeah, this is what I was saying. They just raised it a $320 million valuation, so you could be goddamn sure that they're going to have a token soon.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Okay. How do you roll it over? I don't want to keep people, but I can put it in Aladdin DAO. Like, I can put it in the Discord as to how you roll it, because you do have to roll it. Shoot.
I have like a very noob question. So the fixed yield you get, so
Yep.
so you Yeah, I don't know how to even to name it. So if
You're
if
giving
I
up,
would
you're
I would
giving
farm if I would farm it myself on convex, I would get more, I guess.
yeah, and you would get
So
a
the
bigger,
part I don't get, who is owning this part?
the yield token buyers
Ah,
get the upside
okay,
exposure.
okay,
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like an interest rate swap. You're swapping
exactly.
sort of a fixed yield for a variable yield, and some people want the higher upside of like a higher yield, but you get the
yes,
fixed
okay,
yields
okay,
instead.
okay. I
And
get
that's why I started, thank you, whoever said that. And that's why I started saying, like, I think rates are going up, right? Because of
yes,
like the market structure and the way the ETF
yeah,
works, that's impacting all of crypto, that's impacting a lot of things. So rates are actually going up. And that's another reason that like the fixed rate initially was higher and now is lower. But for our purposes and like our like, consumer base, like yeah, I would just put them in the fixed rate asset.
yes,
And
yes. Yeah, it makes sense because fixed rate is fixed rate.
yeah,
It's also comfortable for us somehow because then we can say, yeah, you get fixed rate. You don't have fluctuation then. Except if it rolls over, then it may change every time, I guess,
right.
according to the market situation.
And so I am one thing to make note of, like, I do expect when, like, to DeFi Dad's point, like when this vault rolls on November 12th or whatever, like, I do think that the next APR will be in this range of like 18 to 22%. I just think it'll stay low or stay in this range. So it's sustainable. I think this is a sustainable product and it's a simple product.
Yes. Yeah.
But my to-dos are to come back and to explain what the roll process is like, because obviously Element's Twitter page is long and confusing and I need to read it and I don't want to bother people with that. So that's my homework, but I will explain the roll process because that's a good point.
They had like a guide or something like
Yeah, I
recently.
know. Fuck, I saw it yesterday too. Shit, it's annoying.
Yeah, I couldn't find it either, but I literally just wrote a little tutorial on this like yesterday. Not the same vault, but I think the real the really interesting opportunity here is, aside from like just, I mean, what a great like uh, farm that is, like having exposure to Bitcoin and Ether and still having some stable coins and earning that high fixed rate. I am 99% sure that there has to be some token that's coming from Element. There's no way that any of
Yeah,
the investors in that round would have touched it without a token coming.
of course.
So
Yeah,
if we can bet on that, like the greatest upside I've seen in any farms is those airdrops. So this is a really unique opportunity. I don't think we'll be airdrop hunting normally through Aladdin, but like it will be an awesome story for people to tell. Whatever reward it is they earn, I don't know how big of a reward that could be, but it's got to work out.
yeah. If you bought the here, okay. By the way, this is it. This is the how to remove and redeem. I'm just gonna put it in the Bula members only chat. I will read and do a synopsis, but I also don't recommend. This is just a side note. I don't recommend LPing. Like I don't recommend like adding liquidity to the pool because it's not enough of like, there's not enough trading going on within the vault to make it worth your time here. So I'll show you. If we go here and we go mint and LP, and I go to the curve pool or this 3 curve crypto. Yeah. It's just like the yield on, like if you're providing liquidity in the YT token, there's no yield because like it's just the pool's super small. And if you're providing liquidity in the principal token, it's 0.76, which is not, with the gas costs and everything, it's just not worth it. So I literally would just deposit the underlying token into the vault, and then people can come and if they want to speculate and buy it and trade the YT and the PT, that's on them. But for us, like keeping it simple, I would just deposit the token in the portfolio like that. Does that make sense? I would not provide liquidity or do the yield tokens. That's just me though.
Same. There's no real like additive yield there to earn at the moment.
The juice is not worth the squeeze, and gas costs and everything. It's not worth it.
Exactly.
But you will still get. I'm very, very comfortable saying if you have anything in your portfolio section here, you're gonna get a token. You're gonna get the retro drop. Like I don't know when, but you're gonna get it. So you can think about like, are they going to distribute the token based on like how much money you've put in or how many trades you've done? You could think about things like that, but just participate and you'll get the token.
Yeah,
okay.
I looked today because I did see the rounding that they raised some money. I looked like the second time on the project, and I didn't get it completely how it works, but now I understand what's going on. It's nice, but the thing is, I think the rollover process is really a pain fast somehow, because I guess they will fix it at some point, that you can just, they roll it over for you. But I think, the thing is, normally we don't own I guess it's just technically, we don't own the liquidity token. So if somebody provides the liquidity token to us, we can't move it for them. But this is an issue anyway, on different. I don't get why projects not tackling this.
Yeah.
That you always have to move them by yourself, somehow. But we will see.
For us, I think, like I just put it in the Bula members only chat, like because we're just basically depositing a principal token into the vault. I think for us, it would be simple. It's just that sentence. If you bought PT and didn't LP, we're not providing liquidity. You just need to redeem your underlying tokens.
Yeah, but I guess every user has to do it.
Yeah,
we can, in a way, you can write code who does it, but then we own the liquidity token.
Right.
We can do this, but then it's very different because then we get real access to the token, and now the token is just given. It's in our contract, but we don't own it. And I guess this is a huge difference in somehow.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just what we all see with other projects. It's not so simple, at the end, the simple idea of Valendau has been, we're just farming, but we see now over the different projects we did see, it's not so simple to farm at the end. It's not that you just take a token and most of the farms who has a high incentive are somehow also like special, like this one.
Right.
But this is it's how it is, sometimes it's like normal that on paper you think it's easy, but then if you gets more complex.
Is anyone other than DeFi Dad using Element and me? What are you guys' thoughts on?
I want to use it now. But I'm not using it right now.
This is an interesting one too. The MIM, the Magic Internet Money 3 curve pool is interesting. Yeah, we'll see. So any questions or you want to talk about anything?
Yeah, I've been playing around with Pendle as well as Element. Definitely an interesting space. In terms of like actually LPing, it's kind of complicated and confusing. Yeah,
it's definitely confusing, and like people, especially when you're LPing on like the yield tokens, like people don't understand that like the yield token will go to 0 over time, so they don't really they don't understand that like if you're going to trade it, you have to take profit on it because you can't just sit in it, right? So that's an issue. I also think like,
yeah, it's for sure. It's product for pros, you know.
yeah,
It's not for retail. But this is okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the principal tokens are fine. One thing I think that this may be ahead of its time. Like I think Pendle and in general interest rate swaps, they are ahead of their time in crypto for a few reasons. To do like a real futures, like a forward curve and have like implied rates at various expirations on the curve, you need liquidity at each expiration. And the way Pendle is going about it, we're getting off topic here, but I'll keep it short. The way Pendle's going about it is they have like these terms, like, you know, they'll have like 12/31/21 and they'll have 12/31/22. And obviously, like if you're bullish on rates, it'll be more expensive to borrow for a year and a half versus a year. But the problem is no one is actually on Pendle right now. No one is actually providing liquidity in the various like in like 3 months and in a year and 3 months, because they're bullish or bearish on rates. They're doing it to get the token, to get the Pendle token. So you have like a big distortion between like what the market rate is and what the implied yield is on the yield token, because people are just providing liquidity for the yield token to get the Pendle. They're not actually doing it because they have a view on rates.
Yes.
And that's fine. But like, I'm just saying, I think these interest rate swaps, it's going to be a thing. I just think we're a little early on it.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Thank you guys.
Cool. I think we hit the hour. That's cool. And I think that's it for this. We vote about this next week, and yeah, we will see.
Martin, can I ask a question? Why did we vote no? Why did like what was there a reason that Orion got voted down, but Lemma, I'm a fan of Lemma, by the way, I'm not shit talking, but like, why did Lemma without a yield, without an actual yield, got voted in, but Orion at 16.5, and it's pretty safe and simple, got voted down?
I don't know. Yeah, I think personally, I guess, you know, I guess Orion is just this, I think it's a mental gap personally, because people have this mental gap that, oh, it's another chain, it's on Luna. And me too, I have it too, so a little bit, you know, my home is Ethereum. And if I think, I did research about Orion, and if I think about Orion, I did research about Luna, how it works, what's going on there. And even then, I don't feel comfortable. And the main reason is I played around with Ethereum, since like ever, and it's my home. And if I think I have to make judgments on other completely different technology or also community, it's I don't feel that comfortable. It's really my mood. It's just my point, but I guess it's could be one of the reasons, because even I don't think it's true, you know, at the end, because you know, Ethereum, you don't maybe you have a better risk judgment, you know. And for me, myself, I don't know Luna, I don't know Terra. I think it's a very interesting piece of technology, and maybe has a great future, because it's going into maybe it's a stable coin of Cosmos in the future. But anyway, this is just maybe this is just my point. I don't know how others react to this.
Okay, thanks guys.
Yeah,
bye guys, talk soon.
Also,
yeah,
just,
thank you, Hassan. Thank you,
thank
Jeff.
you guys.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. Appreciate the
work.
info.
Appreciate you guys. Bye.